Good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year to Wareham. I haven't been here since November 30th of 2022. It's so great to be back to see you guys again. Love you all. I always say Wareham is my third great location for Topic Time Nation, and we're doing a show today. I've been doing a lot of Zoom shows lately, but today I have an in-person studio guest come all the way down from Westfield, which is quite a haul, to Wareham. He's a comedian. His name is Therrien. We're going to get to him, and we're going to watch a little skit of his, and about halfway through the show, he's all kinds of cool stuff. But before we get to him officially, we've got to read these amazing underwriters, and then we will commence per usual. So, we got Diesel and Lulu Style Store. They're located in East Sandwich in Plymouth. They're new. We got good old Dave's Automotive in Hanson. We got La Bamba Tacos and Tequila Mexican Restaurant in Plymouth. We got Genuine's Inspection in Middleborough. We got Madigan Land Surveying in Middleborough. We got Carver Jewelers, Ronald Aaron Lyle, Delano Goldsmiths in Carver. We got Salon Giovanni in Marshfield. We got Rodney's Kitchen in Halifax. We got Kingston Auto Body in Kingston. We got New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We got Pal's Driving School in Middleborough, setting up classes for people in Middleborough and vicinity for June, August, and October. Check the website. We got Crazy Axes Rec Center in Hanover. We got DNS Auto Works and Collision Specialists in Abington. We got the Gun Runner LLC, the Second Amendment Freedom Store in Middleborough. And we got Ocean Auto Repair in Marshfield. I want to thank you guys very much. And now I introduce this young man, Mr. Therrien. I will. So nice for you to come and do my show today. I just found you last week on Facebook, and I saw your work, and it's pretty funny. And you're a stand-up comedian. You really look like at the Apollo or wherever you happen to be.
Yeah, no, not the Apollo yet, but I really appreciate you calling me a young guy, because they call me Pops, because I'm older than most of the other people.
You may be. I don't think you're older. You couldn't be as much. If you're older than me, that's
no. I'm probably not older than you, about the same age. But it's weird because usually, like,
I'm 63 and a half.
Yeah, you're 63 and a half. That's like that kid thing. I'm 12 and a half. Like what? I'm 57 and 3/4.
Is that what you are?
Yeah. Seriously.
You're younger than my younger brother.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm young, but I'm still older than most of the people that I did comedy, came up in comedy with. They're in their 20s and 30s. So
yeah, but you know what? In life, comedy is life. You got it on the same stage. They kind of intermingle, and you got to remember, no matter how old you are, the best is yet to come, and that's the way I figure. That's the way I look at my life.
Well, the thing is with me being older, that's giving me more life experiences, more stories, and more.
Oh, that's right.
And more bullshit that I've gone through.
Oh yeah, so haven't we all? All right. Well, is that your real name, or do you have another?
No, my name that I give the cops when they don't give me a ticket is Todd.
Oh, okay.
That was the name that my parents gave me at birth. It's actually Todd Charles Therrien.
Okay.
But my father wanted to call me Todd Neil Therrien because that'd be TNT.
Okay.
Yeah, see, that's where I got my sense of humor. My parents, like my mother, she would pass gas and say, "There's a kiss for you."
Huh.
I'd tell her, "Well, your breath stinks. You need to brush your teeth."
Okay.
So, I started young.
Yeah, I'm into that bathroom humor, too. You may know who Sarah Silverman is.
Yeah, I know Sarah. Yeah, she's pretty funny.
She's my cousin.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I know, it is.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
so how many people, so now, have you ever had any other comics go, "Hey, can you, hook me up? Can you give me her number?"
Well, I actually have. I can't give you her number. She never gave it to me, but we did meet up at the Wilbur Theater back on Friday, April 28th of 2017.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We had backstage passes for that night show.
That's actually cool. That's really cool. Like, I have no famous cousins or relatives. Like, I have a cousin, he's actually in a band in Western Mass called Aquanet. He's a drummer.
I heard of the band.
Yeah, he's a really good, he's been voted the best drummer in the Valley for like years.
What town in Western Mass?
So he's in Chicopee.
Where?
Chicopee?
Chicopee. That's
no,
what
not where. That's a different town out there.
Yeah.
Like, we're Western Mass. Like, we're even west of Worcester,
I know what
which
Westfield
means
is.
that nobody really cares about us.
They care about you.
Well,
every time I hear you know something? Here's something funny. Every time I hear Chicopee, I get a hankering for chickpeas.
Chickpeas? No, we call it chicken pea.
I know what you call it. That's all I'm saying. Is it almost sounds like chickpeas, and I'm a vegan, so I love chickpeas.
You really a vegan?
Yes, I am. I've been vegetarian too for 41 years.
I'm sorry, I
July
can't.
30th, 1982.
I know. I need my. I'm French, so I need my pork. I need my bacon.
Well, the pork is good. The bacon, I don't know.
Yeah.
I eat fake ham every day. It's delicious.
It's fake ham. You still got to put that meat part in it. But
okay, I know where you're going with this.
But,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk. All right. Now you talked about your parents. They were comedic. Let's talk about your history growing up. And then, like I said, about halfway through the show, we're going to watch a little skit of yours. But let's start with that. And then if I have any questions pertaining to the beginning. We'll work that. We're going to work our way through the present to the and then to the future. So start with that. Talk about your childhood. Where'd you grow up? And
so I grew up in Western Mass. We moved a little bit, so I grew up in Holyoke.
Okay.
So before 12th grade, before I graduated high school, we lived in Holyoke, Chicopee, Springfield, Wilbraham, and then back to Chicopee.
Okay.
So I moved around a lot.
That's all Western. That's all Western.
It's all
Mass,
Western Mass. It's near Springfield. It's like the suburbs of Springfield. And then moving around, I was short, fat, couldn't fight, couldn't run.
Yep.
So you got to make them laugh.
Right, exactly.
And if you pick on
probably
yourself
did,
about
but you wanted to make them. You wanted to pull them in your direction, at you, not with you, not at you. Although at you was good as long as you're making money for it.
I do a lot of self-deprecating humor because if you pick on yourself, they can't pick on you too.
Tell me about it. I know.
And a couple of my favorite comics were Rodney Dangerfield, the King, Don Rickles.
What about Sam Kinison? He was short and fat.
You know what? I never really liked Sam Kinison.
Okay.
I definitely did not like Andrew Dice Clay, but
Huh.
George Carlin, George Pryor.
Okay.
Steve Martin.
Yep.
When I was growing up, and all those were. But Don Rickles is my king. I grew up with the.
You hockey puck.
Yeah, I grew up
I
with
know
the
the
Dean
lines.
Martin celebrity roast where they picked on you, but they loved you, and that was my family, so that's
Okay.
why I did it. And then we moved around a lot. I used humor to not go crazy.
Okay. Well, what's wrong with going crazy and using humor anyway?
Well,
That's
crazy.
what I do.
don't want to break things crazy or go postal crazy. Not that the meds work right now.
I have autism, and I'm damn proud of it.
My parents thought I had autism because literally they had me tested twice.
Okay.
They didn't believe that I'm actually borderline genius, which is kind of messed up.
Well, I am too.
Yeah,
I'm not borderline. I'm over the line.
And well, I've ordered the line sometimes, but and then as I got older, I went through a lot of mistakes, and I helped better myself. Right?
Okay. Well, you go ahead and talk about them if you will.
Well, I was incarcerated before, long time ago, and I used that in my humor.
Okay.
I've had a couple of ex-wives that I definitely use in my humor. Are you single? Are you married?
Single's a shingle and a Pringle.
All right. Are you dating?
No, I'd love to be.
So
I could tell you some stories about girls that used me badly last year, treated me badly.
But do you know that there's actually dating sites for people of our age? It's called Our Time.
Yeah, I know
Which
there
is
are.
kind of messed up.
Maybe I'd rather date somebody younger than me.
But I think their slogan should be clear.
It used to be, when I was in high school, I always wanted to date an older girl. Now I want to date a girl whose parents are younger than me.
Well,
It doesn't mean I'm not open to someone older, depending on the situation. All I'm saying is,
But see, that's the thing. The people that I'm doing comedy, they're looking for MILF. So MILF for me would be in the assisted living.
okay,
Yeah, I'm not looking for that. MILF for you would be like the crypt.
exactly. Not the crib, but
You're
got to be legal, obviously.
or at broken hip area.
Right. I see what you're saying. No, I understand.
But then, and I actually had, and then, so I have a name of a book that I want to write. It's called Lies, Cries, and Goodbyes.
Okay.
So I already got the name of my life story.
Did you say Dubai's like the country of Dubai in the
No,
Middle East?
Goodbyes,
goodbyes.
Yeah,
Got it.
I have
Okay.
2 ex-wives.
Okay.
I have a woman that I've lived with for 6 years.
Okay.
I have a woman I was engaged to, and they all dated me more than once.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you've had a pretty good social life.
Right, but with my name, that makes them retarded.
Okay.
So they've dated me
Do you
more
have
than once.
children? Do you have kids?
I have stepkids that I love. My daughter Adriana, who's in Florida.
Is she real? You have any biological kids? Or just
I actually have a son that I've
Okay.
never seen.
Oh, okay.
First girl that I ever slept with, I hit it out of the park, got her pregnant, and she put him up for adoption.
Interesting.
He's 40 years old right now.
Yeah. Wow.
Literally, because this is my 40th class reunion right now
For your high school.
from my high school. So yeah, I'm
graduated in
yeah. So any of
1983?
you 83, yeah, exactly, comp Colts.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
that's what was weird, because I went to Minnechaug and Wilbraham for my first 2 years.
Okay.
Then we moved to Chicopee for my last 2 years, and I knew a lot of people in Chicopee because my family lived there. I had been there all my life, and it was weird because when school started, I didn't know who to root for, Minnechaug or comp, so I sat in the middle the first year.
What are you talking about? In football?
Football, yeah.
Okay. Who's the other team? Well,
So we had the Minnechaug Falcons, which
Okay.
was in Wilbraham.
Oh, I see. That's why they call it Winter. I didn't know what the name of the high school
Yeah,
was.
sorry, I left
all
that
right.
out.
I knew Wilbraham.
Yeah, and then it's
Big friendly thing on the hill and going.
Yeah,
back.
exactly. That's how I know I'm almost home. When I leave here and
There's a
drive
Friendly's up
2
the
hours.
road, I know.
Yeah, but the thing is now the first The first Friendly's was in Wilbraham.
Right, I know that.
But then they closed the Friendly's plant in Wilbraham and moved it over the line to Springfield. Why?
Well, probably because they wanted to they figured they'd get a better location.
But they didn't. Literally, it was just like less than a quarter mile down the road.
Right.
So
okay.
and then now Friendly's doesn't even have half the ice cream that they used to have.
No kidding. Okay, I haven't eaten ice cream in years, but
You
I know. I used to. One time I had a whole carton of Friendly's ice cream, May 27th, 1978.
You remember the whole day? Like I can't. Like every time I eat is a whole carton.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm glad that they don't make watermelon sherbet anymore because that was actually my favorite.
Mine was chocolate chip.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. Well.
And then I've had, again, I'm honest about my life, sometimes too honest. I've had a couple of shrinks that have told me you should do stand-up comedy.
That's great.
It's great.
I've had shrinks told me I should be committed.
Yeah, well, they tried to commit me, but I made them laugh so much they just
they
let me
They
go.
wet their pants and you escaped.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So then I started doing stand-up about 8 years ago.
Okay.
And then I made some friends, some good friends.
Yep.
And there was a point where some mics were closed.
Oh, Mike, like
Open microphones. We
Yep.
had open mics for your practice. We called them our gyms.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
And then it was my buddy Maverick and our friend Evan, and we were in Maverick's backyard, and we were just joking back and forth.
Yep.
We said, hey, why don't we start a company?
A company?
Yeah, so
You mean
we
like
started
a comedy company?
like a comedy company. We
Gotcha.
started EMT Comedy, which is like this is the
Oh,
old
yeah.
school logo. This is the old school logo, EMT Comedy, which stood for Evan, Maverick, and Todd.
Okay.
And then through attrition and things, Evan was not a comedian, and then he went on. He met a woman, and he's gone. And me and Maverick, the way I say it, we got divorced, but we're still friends.
I see it.
And I got the business. He kept it alive, and he let me go. You know, I have depression, so he helped me, and he kept it running through my depression and stuff. So now I have EMT Comedy, which now stands for Entertaining More Together.
Okay. Do you have a venue for this place? Or?
So I do shows throughout New England.
Right.
I produce shows. My main spot is Captain Jimmy's, which is in Agawam.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool because it's
Near the Connecticut border.
near the Connecticut border, exactly, near Suffield. It's a pirate-themed restaurant.
Do you ever do any
Amazing.
shows in Amherst, Party Town, USA? Of
Not yet. I've done shows in Northampton.
Okay.
I've done shows in Rhode Island.
Worcester too?
Worcester. I'm actually producing a show April 21st in Worcester.
Okay.
It's going to be
That's
Western.
not long off. That's in 10 days.
Yeah, it's Western Mass Comics versus Connecticut Comics versus Worcester Comics.
Wow.
To see who's the best.
The battle of the good
I'm calling it the Battle Bowl.
Cool. I love
And
it.
then
Okay.
I have a spot in Connecticut that I do shows too, the Elbow Room.
Wow.
So and then you're actually the first one that I'm going to let this out in, and I found out that starting in September in Worcester at the Hotel Vernon, EMT Comedy is going to be there the third Saturday of every month.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I bring comics from throughout New England. I've also done shows in Rhode Island.
Yep,
So,
biggest little state in the union.
yeah, well,
I've had a lot
I
of guests
consider
from-
Rhode Island like the parking lot for New England.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. But now, have you gone out? Have you gone elsewhere out of New England for any of your works?
No, not
yet?
yet. Like I'm
Okay.
hoping to go down. Again, I have friends that are down in Georgia. I have friends that are in North Carolina. I'm
One of
hoping
them,
to
the
spread
devil.
out there.
You know the song?
No, yeah, Devil Went Down to
Pretty
Georgia.
good,
Yeah, no. This guy doesn't know how to fiddle, but he makes some great skits. His name's Keno White.
Okay.
He's actually one of my inspirations. Like I watch him. Like I love Keno because not only does he tell you about the good things that happen in life, he tells you about his struggles too. Like,
Yeah.
You know, if social media and all that stuff, like everybody's like, oh, this is the best. This is all that.
It is. You know, you can make light of your struggles, and if you can do that, you're going to be a master at stand-up comedy.
You're right, and not only that, if you can make light of your struggles, you're going to be a master in your life because then
That's
it's going to
true.
help you. Because comedy is the best medicine.
It absolutely is. You want to laugh every day at something.
I laugh every day when I look in the mirror.
Even
My
if you're on
my wife laughs
foibles.
at me every day. Laughs every time I get out of the shower.
There you go. Why? Because it didn't take.
No, I did, but she looks at me. She'll say, "It's so cute. It looks like an acorn." Like, yeah, it's not fair. It's cold. It's New England. It might be August.
You must be great at parties. Do you get invited to a lot of them?
I used to, but I don't drink anymore because I'm allergic.
Yeah, but you must drive other people to drink.
I do. I did. Like,
Couldn't resist that one. Sorry.
no, that's all right. I used to drive people to do drugs too, but
Oh.
now you can't do it anymore.
Oh, that's a shame.
You might die. There's too much shit in it.
Okay, that's true. You got to be careful.
Yeah, be careful.
All right. Well, tell me about the skit you do, because we're going to watch one in a little while. But is that part of your company, or are these other people you
Well,
recruited?
it started with me and Maverick. So
Okay.
me and Maverick, I used to deliver pizza, so we did Pop's Pizza, where Pops would deliver pizza and strange things would happen.
Kind of coincides with your name. Is that
Exactly.
Is that your business too?
Well, I used to deliver pizza. It wasn't my business. I worked for someone else.
Whose name was Pops? Even
No,
though
I was Pops, and I just delivered pizza. We incorporated it in skits, kind of things that happen, strange things. We've done PSAs, but the one I'm going to show you that I'm really proud of is going to be, we did a Pulp Fiction scene.
Okay, well, guess what? Speaking of that, my tech man here, he just indicated we're about halfway through, so we're going to watch that now, and we'll come right back and discuss it. So without further ado, stay tuned, and we will be right back.
I'm sorry. I didn't get your name. I got yours. Vincent, right? But I didn't get
My
yours.
name is Pitt, and your ass ain't talking your way out of this shit.
No. I just want to let you know how sorry we are that things got so fucked up with us and Mr. Wallace. We got in this with the best intention. We never meant to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? I didn't mean to do that. You were saying something about best intentions? Oh, you were finished. Well, allow me to retort. What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
What?
What country you from?
What?
What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
What?
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Describe what Marcellus Wallace looks like.
What?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
He's black.
Go on.
He's bald.
Does he look like a bitch?
What?
Does he look like a bitch?
No.
Then why you try to fuck him like a bitch?
I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Right? And you know what? Mr. Wallace don't like to be fucked by anybody except Mrs. Wallace.
Oh, that was great. Tell me what we just watched.
All right, so what we did is we saw the Bible verse scene in Pulp Fiction
Okay.
with Samuel Jackson and me.
Right, gotcha.
And Samuel Jackson shoots me. And I was practicing that while I was driving, and the part of me getting shot going, ah! I was doing that at stoplights, and people were like, is he having a heart attack? Is he having a stroke? I mean, look at my age, So it was fun. I love it. We're going to do another one where he's Will Smith, and I'm the Kevin James part, trying to learn how to dance and hitch.
Okay, wow.
So, yeah, we do lots of skits. I love them. I have a YouTube channel. EMT Comedy has a YouTube channel with all the skits.
That's awesome. That is so cool. I mean, you're not afraid to stick it out there, literally.
No, I'm not. I used to do a podcast. We called it a podcast.
Right, a podcast.
Yeah, we called it Token Joke.
I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
we used to do hot sauce challenges. I used to call it Hot Talent or Your Colon Hates You.
Are you currently doing a podcast now?
Actually, I have done some. I went on hiatus, but I'd love to get you on. It's called Who Are You?
I'll be on it.
Yeah, I definitely like to get you on because it's called Who Are You? And it's people in entertainment, not just comics, not just rappers, not just that, but people who entertain, and you entertain.
I do.
You do, and I'd like to find out how, like, I've seen you on Facebook, I've seen how you, like, you've seen who was the first person that you saw on a talk show and you wanted to do it, right?
Oh, Merv Griffin.
Right, and those are the things that I want other people to find out about you that
Okay.
might not know you, and what's cool is doing comedy. I've done all genre open mics,
Okay.
which are mostly hip hop, rap, and spoken word.
Yep.
So me and the security guards are usually the only ones that are white in there.
Right.
And that's why I have another shirt that says I'm Pops, not the cops. Because half of them think I'm a cop at first, but then they get to know me and I love it. So I've done spoken word. I'm going to do song parodies. Some people out there may know it, the younger people don't. Randy Newman's Short People.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm going to do
1977.
I'm going to do a version.
I graduated high
I'm going to
school.
do my uncle's graduated in 79, so you're a couple years older than my uncle.
Yeah.
Who I might visit later. He's up the road in Upton.
Oh, Upton.
Up in Upton, yeah.
Cool.
But it's going to be called White People,
Okay.
which is a take on.
They did a black. I know they did it.
But I'm doing White People because there's a take on our
Are you
stuff.
speaking of that? Are you musically inclined? Do you do music?
Oh
too?
no, I am not musically inclined. I'm tone deaf. Like
Okay,
I'm lucky I could snap in tune to the intro.
You did
I'm
great,
like
by
I'm
the
like
way.
Steve Martin in The Jerk.
Okay,
You know,
I
until
saw
I find that one song
The
that.
phone books are here. I'm somebody now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's the cans. It's the cans. He hate oil cans. Yeah.
Okay.
I love Steve
I saw that
Martin, but,
movie on Sunday, December 5th, 1982.
Man, you have a like.
Yeah, from autism, I can remember.
I was gonna say either that or you're really good at making up dates. Like
No,
people
I
would
am.
believe
You
it.
can
No, I
check it out. You
believe
can-
that you're. I really do. Like I have a buddy. His name's Paul Kilmer.
Okay.
And he has autism, and he does stand-up comedy. He does magic, and he's amazing. And the first
Well,
time.
I'm definitely one of those three.
And
things.
you are
Amazing.
and he's so quick because the first time I met him was in a roast battle, and a roast
Say that
battle.
again, a roast?
A
What's that?
roast battle where you pick on people,
Ooh.
and he was the first
You
one
mean like in a funny way?
in a funny way.
All right.
But the way he went against one of my friends, Lewis, and he said, "I'm Paul and I have autism. So if you beat me, you beat someone with autism. But if I beat you, you lost to someone with autism."
Yeah,
and
makes
he won.
sense.
And I'm like, from that day on, I loved Paul. And he does comedy, and he lets you know that no matter what issue you may have, follow your dreams.
Yeah, exactly. I can
And
say the same thing.
yeah, and like you're a perfect example of that. Like me, I admit I have bipolar, I have anxiety, I have depression, and my way to deal with it is
Today when
humor.
I have OCD, and so today when I was at Easton doing I had to edit the show from Long Island with a podcaster named Darren Paltrovich, who interviewed a whole bunch of cool people. He interviewed Shaq, he interviewed John O'Hurley from Seinfeld. He interviewed this girl, this new artist, Hayes Warner. She's opening up for Louis Capaldi. So, and I was going in there today, Kim, the girl that runs the programming there, she said hi to me, and it startled me. I jumped about 3 feet in the air, and I don't know why, but I'm all wired up today for some reason. But that's part of my OCD, and I enjoy that. Sometimes it's people aren't going to get mad at you for when they startle you. They're going to because I've historically what I do is I alienate a lot of people. I haven't done it. The good thing is none of the TV stations where I do my show, I haven't done it yet. But I've done it with a lot of people in regular life, and that's not good. That's gotten me. That's part of the condition of autism. You piss people off sometimes trying, sometimes not trying. But once you do it, you just say, "F it, I'm done it. That's it. Too bad." Then you just move on.
Fully understand
Right.
that. Like I have that. I don't know if I have Asperger's or assholism.
Yeah, there you go.
Because at this point in my age, I just tell the truth.
Yeah,
And
me too.
sometimes I shouldn't, but
No, it's
I'm
okay.
too old
No,
for
it is good
bullshit.
to tell. You got it's like a purge. You got to get it out.
right. And like I try not to nitpick. I try to help. You know what I mean? And I definitely but
Verbal kaopectate. That's all it is.
I love that.
Thank you.
That's great.
Yeah, we're hitting it here. I
Yeah.
like it.
No,
Okay.
I really do. You're awesome, Harrison. You're like.
Well, I'd argue if I could.
No, and you have free spots to do this. You interview people. Like I said, when I got lucky, because you were actually trying to find someone else on, and I happened to saw the
I
post.
want to talk about that person. but
Oh
keep
yeah,
going.
please. No, you can talk about that person because this is like.
Well, it was a girl sitting in a shorts in her underwear, and I thought that's the girl I was reaching, and I got you instead. Not that I mind, but
Hey, it's
but you don't even know who she
2023,
is.
but and she was so basically she was a Wednesday. She looked like a
Wednesday
thick
Addams, right?
Wednesday Addams
Gotcha.
cosplay.
Yep.
And she was very beautiful, and
Yeah,
she was
she
very
was.
young, and we were like, he was trying to see who she was. I'm like, hey, I'll be on your show, and he's like, okay,
I'll settle for you.
I'll
but
settle for you,
okay,
third place,
Maybe I'll
but-
get her another time.
maybe like,
Yeah.
but I've seen all the people that you've interviewed. I looked at not all the people, but I've seen some of the people you interviewed. You had people from South America, South Africa,
Yeah, I had a guy from
everywhere.
did a show to Liberia last
Like,
week.
yeah.
That was not easy. We had no visual connection. They got weird rules over there. So what I literally had to do was talk to him on my cell phone and hold it up to the microphone so I could hear him.
But you did it.
Oh, I
so,
did it.
So that's it. So you are part of you are what EMT stands for. You're entertaining more together throughout this world. So you know what I mean? Yeah, I got some of my plugs in. You have your underwriters. I'm my own underwriter.
You got you. Well, that's cool. Well, I'll tell you what. I learned something about Liberia. It's not an easy country to live in. If you watch the interview, that guy. I mean, he lives on $1 a day, and he literally walks miles and miles to go to school to learn how to be an engineer. And if you watch, and I'm not trying to put a damper on the comedy, but if you look at some of the pictures that he sent,
Yeah.
I mean, there's him and a bunch of his fellow students are all in these yellow uniforms with hard hats, and it's very regimented. And they literally live in huts and stuff over there.
This country, I don't care. There's a lot of problems with this country.
Oh, I know.
But I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
I mean, either.
Nobody's leaving this country to go live somewhere else to make their money and all that stuff to come home.
Right.
There's so much, but the problem is also it's. I don't want to say the good old days when everybody was, but I don't know. Like East Hampton, a gentleman lost his job that he was going to get because he called women ladies.
He did?
He did.
That really happened?
Yes,
Well-
in East Hampton. This gentleman was going to be the superintendent of schools in East
Oh,
Hampton.
you talking about a principal? A school principal? No, that's something different. Okay.
No. No, and then he said, "Thank you, ladies, for letting me." It was a board full of genetically born women.
Okay.
I don't know how they identify, but to a gentleman in his 50s, a genetically born woman with 2 X chromosomes is a lady. There are terms of respect. And they said, no, we felt insulted.
What were they, in drag or something?
No, she felt insulted because it was too familiar.
Oh.
I'm
What was he
sorry,
supposed
when
to
I
call
walk
her,
into
right?
a room of women, I'll go, ladies, how are you? You're all beautiful.
Wow. Well, that's sometimes they mistake that for sexual harassment.
No,
to
but
call
it
them
wasn't. She
ladies.
said it was too familiar, but that's because we're too woke and
I
all that
agree.
stuff.
Yeah.
And the cancer culture, and you have too many people. That's why I'm going to say it. Dave Chappelle and all these other people and Bill Burr, they talk about the things that we want to talk about, but can't in a good way.
Right.
And this cancel culture, yes, you can't say certain things. Like I wanted to come up with my joke, and my wife said, no, don't even think about that joke. And I respect that. But there's some things you can talk about. And when you can't call a woman a lady, what's happening?
So what happened? So they just, what did they do? They kicked him off the...
So he was going to
committee or
be,
something?
no, what happened was he was given a job offer
Oh, job offer.
to be the superintendent of East Hampton schools, where
Wow.
he was going to end his career where he started. And he
Yep.
said, thank you, ladies, for this opportunity, or whatever the lady. But the thing was, he said, thank you, ladies. And few of the women said, I feel insulted. That's too familiar. I don't know what folks.
What are you supposed to say? I mean,
Exactly.
listen,
I
there are
don't
a lot
know.
of words you can use to describe a woman. That's a lot.
You know,
that's a lot worse
it's
than that.
ridiculous. So this country has gotten too crazy, and
I-
I joke about so much of it. And I'm blessed to have a beautiful wife who actually supports
Wait, I thought
me.
you said you married now?
Oh no, yeah, I'm married now. I've been divorced.
Oh, I
I'm married
see.
now.
Happy now.
I've been
Okay.
married for 6 years. My beautiful wife Jolie, she does yoga. She does Reiki.
Sweet.
Uh,
My sister-in-law does Reiki. She's a Reiki master.
My wife's a Reiki master. She teaches Reiki. She does yoga.
Okay.
She does all this stuff. She does sound meditation, healing, Thai body work, and she puts up with me.
Yeah.
And
well,
she's my muse.
that's sweet. Well, congratulations.
The only
if
thing
I
I-
could find someone like that, my life would be complete.
It would, but I don't like going to yoga because I'm just afraid of that last pose. You know, that downward facing divorce.
Your pants might rip.
Yeah,
I know.
no, yeah, well, not mine. I wear them big and baggy because I'm
That
fat.
helps. Well, guess what, Pops? We're down to the final 5 minutes.
Holy crap! This crap went by so fast.
But it was good crap.
Oh, it's
Great
the,
crap.
Oh, well,
Gold crap.
Listen, this was stuff, and the other stuff is shit. Because as George Carlin said, my stuff is shit, and your shit is stuff. Anyways.
No, I get
listen,
it.
this was awesome, and like if anybody that's seen me on this thing, this is fun, man. You got to come and do this.
Well, so what I'm going to ask you to do is, if you know a lot of people that are interesting, and you got my digits, have them text me, call me. We'll get them on the show either by Zoom or in person.
Yeah,
You know, one of my
listen.
great locations.
I got comics that I'm gonna let know. I got hip hop artists. I got poetry writers. Dude, this is awesome. This is fun. I really want to thank you for having me. And it was like a 2-hour and 15-minute ride of joy to come here and be in this beautiful studio.
Yeah. Well, I can't take credit for the studio, but I'm certainly glad they let me do my show here.
You know what?
The people
So am
are
I.
great. There's no
The
question.
staff here is great. The guy, the techs over here, they're amazing.
Everybody out in the office,
Over there, in
chambers
the
are
area
great.
that you can't see, the cameras are cool.
Yep.
You know, Wareham. I don't know how they get the name of Wareham.
Well, it goes back to probably the 1600s. Well, all right. Well, that's great. So, like I said, like he told you at the beginning, look at the camera, give shouts out to a few people, and then we'll wrap it up with my snapping.
Oh, snapping. All right. So how about like cruising? Maybe you should do this. Rob Santos, maybe. C.W. Davis, Buddha Joe, Maverick, everybody. Yo,
Topic
Jason
time.
Marby. Topic time. Get a hold of Harrison. I'll have the link. I'll have his stuff in my page. I'm going to share this show. He's going to share it. Thank you.
Never spare the share. That's
Never
my motto.
spare the share because, sharing is caring.
And never blaring.
Never.
Okay. All right. We're going to wrap the show up. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, folks. See you. Great to see you in Wayne.
See ya, I
We'll be back
appreciate
for more
it.
shows later this summer, hopefully. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Signing off.
Harrison spells Harrison. Harrison.
Great job. You still got it.
Hey, there you go.